Everybody, I'm in Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn. Where am I? I'm on Fulton, South Elliott. I think this is the Fort Greene section. Um, I just came from over Bed-Stuy, trying to help a friend out. Man, let me tell you something, man. Life is a bitch, boy. But then again, like my friend Don always says, life is simple. Humans create all the obstacles. And then one day we was walking by this homeless guy, and the homeless guy was begging, and he said, people like to fuck up their life, and then they wait for other people to fix it. And that's true. People do fuck up their life, and they expect everybody else to help them fix it. I just don't understand. Like, here we are in America, black people, and we got more rights to this country than anybody else. But we live in a bubble, mentally, in a mental bubble. Like, even like if you leave, I live in New York City. Even when you leave the hood in New York City and you go to visit relatives, where you go? And you go to visit relatives, let's say in North Carolina. It's another hood. You go from one hood to another. It's like playing dot to dot. You go from the hood to New Jersey to the hood in California. And we live in this bubble, black people, because all the hoods are the same wherever you go. It's the same shit. Black people complaining, Chinese man making all the fucking money, and all we do is complain. And I know it's a system that was put in effect, but if you know it's a system, why don't you go along with the system? But like I say all the time, most black people are not fighters. American black people. I mean, African, like straight African. Look at like Africans, boy. They be just as humble and shit. The motherfuckers ain't fighters by nature. They're fighters by circumstances. And even me, I'm black, so-called black. But somewhere along the line, some white people was fucking some black people in my family. And I'm what you call brown skin. So that's a different, it's different now. I'm what you would call African American. So, but what I'm trying to say is, like, you look at like African American fighters, they all were some jet black. It was all African American. It wasn't like straight from Africa. You had a few. You had like you had Azuma Nelson and Ike Corte. But even when Ike Corte was put up against the ropes against Oscar De La Hoya, he just wasn't. The fight was just not in him. What I'm trying to say is, like, black people will be happy with a barbecue and a beer, and we will have some fun. We're not fighters by nature. We fighters by circumstances. That's why we always complain about what they are doing to us. And like I be asking people, black people, like I be like, who are they? Stop saying they. And then they be like, oh, white people this. And I be like, well, I never had a white man put a gun in my face. I never got into a fight with a white man. But I had plenty of fights with black people. So the point I'm trying to make is, like, we live in a bubble mentally where we got chains on our brain. That's what it is. We got chains on our brain, mentally and subconsciously. See that? Don't cross the street till a white man says so. See that? Turn red now. But that's what it is. We got chains on our brain. You gotta take them fucking chains off your brain. Like the other day I was downtown with me and Don. I was downtown with Don. And he gotta use the bathroom, because he old. He can't hold his pee like I can't hold mine. So, I was saying, he said I gotta go use the bathroom. So he walked into this fancy restaurant downtown, and I was thinking, man, these motherfuckers gonna kick us right out. He didn't even ask where the bathroom was. He did ask where the bathroom was. But, he wasn't asking, like, do you have a bathroom? All timid and shit. He's like, where the bathroom at? And the man was like, right there. And he ran into the bathroom. We ain't buy shit. You know how some people try to pop shit and say, you gotta buy this and you gotta buy that? The point is, like, he don't have that slave mentality where he always feel like somebody's up against him trying to hold him back and shit like that. And that's why I always keep telling black people, man, you gotta get out the hood sometimes. Stay off the corner. Like, there's people in the Bronx that don't go to Brooklyn. There's people in Brooklyn that don't go to Harlem. And the only common ground they share is they thought the Bronx Zoo was in Queens. You gotta get out the hood, man, and free your mind. You gotta free your mind, man. I never hear Puffy and Jay-Z and the motherfuckers so they holding us back and they won't let me do this. But everybody in the hood be listening to their music. You gotta free your dome, y'all. Later.